Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress. Let's get it, guys, as we continue our Faded Swords 4. I like to put it out there. If you guys have any suggestions for any nicknames for any of the dwarves, just put it out in the comment section and I'll add those in. I haven't seen any yet, so no new nicknames to any of the dwarves, but I get those in when I see them. But we're loading up the game right now so we can see how everything is looking. All right. Not too bad. I mean, last episode we did have a decent attack where we did lose a dwarf, unfortunately. And I think in this episode we're going to kind of focus more on trying to capture more of their territories. So let's get in here. Looking at our military, I believe, yes, we have our distant boats that we had sent out last episode. We have our bronze snakes, though. They're looking primed and ready to go out. So we'll get that moving. Let's check in on them. I believe they should be right down here. Yep. They're getting their training done. And I'm almost tempted to send out another group over here. The turquoise dusts. Or let's see. Or the steels of wall or the walls of steel. Sorry. Let me just double check and see if it's their month to train. Alright. Schedule. Train. Let's look at this. Current month, yes, it is their training month. That's what I like to see. They are a little bit heavier on the training side, so they have been getting quite a few levels under them. They're good, some good combat skills. They're proficient. I would say they're ready to go out. So let's get this all queued up and let's start sending them out. Maybe we'll get them to go after the partnered ghoul. So the bronze snakes and the walls of steel. We'll get those two groups sent out. Wait, sorry, not the walls of steel. Which one is that? Why am I not able to find that? Let me double check. Was it the walls of steel? Yeah, it is the walls of steel. Sorry, just didn't want to send out the wrong group of dwarves. Okay, right here is a little bit further down is where I was worried. Let's gonna go conquer and occupy. And let's play that out. This is these guys' first attempt to go seize another place. Let's double check on a couple of different things. We have our arena down here, which we're cleaning up. We're not going to worry about that this episode. Maybe some episodes further down the line. We got our silk farm coming down here with this giant forgotten beast that shoots out webs. We got quite a few silk, or quite a bit of silk from them, and we're working on milling stuff down and dyeing his silk blue so we can get some cool stuff for our dwarves. We are also working on setting up a little series of windmills into some axles going down to some millstones down here, but we're still a ways away from that. What we can do, come down here, we should be able to hook up just random gear assemblies. No, it needs to be hooked up to a machine. Yeah, they need to get this focused on first because I gotta build these in increments, unfortunately. This vertical axle. Maybe I can set them up. Let me check right here. Vertical axle. Oh, yes, I can. So we'll continue, I believe. Willow. Okay, yep. That's what I thought. We'll get this all queued up. So what we're looking to do is we're creating the power up top with our windmills, and then we're going to transfer that power all the way down to where we're kind of storing all of our stuff that we want to work on. And I'm hoping this doesn't give enemies access to our base. We've got a couple of cage traps set up above, and I might set some cage traps up down here. We should be fairly safe, but we never know. Sometimes things can go awry. So let's get these axles set up. Ruther's forgotten training. That's perfectly fine with us. Whoops. Let me get another gear assembly first. Gears assemblies let us transfer power from going up and down to left and right. So that's why I'm setting them up in this way so that, oh, just clicked out of there, so that I can transfer power down, and then once it gets to this level, it'll help me transfer power left and right. Ooh. It's a little eerie. With these gear assemblies, they should be able to bring power down to these spots down here. We can double check that if we go to our workshop, I believe farming. Oh, where is it? Where is it? No, clothing and leather? No? Might be under farming. Where? Oh, quern. Oh, it's probably under. Yep, right here. There we go. We got some millstones made up. And once we get this all set up, we can get that all put together and we can hopefully start milling things a little bit quicker. We got querns. Querns allow us to do the same thing as millstones. However, they're just slower in general. And our dwarves are down in the bottom cavern level. Let me zoom down there. And they got a couple cave traps they're still setting up. So that's where a lot of our mechanics are working on, unfortunately. So we're kind of limited in that aspect. And I can go through and make a handful of people more mechanics. And I think I might just do that. Let's come down here. We got our wrestler who's also just a scholar on the side. Let's see if there's any just random people that we're not too worried about making mechanics. Captain the Guard. Nope, I have him designated not to, specifically so that he can actually go and continue to interrogate people. We had a item stolen last episode, unfortunately, but it is what it is there, folks. You can do that, I believe. Yeah, we have a lot of people set up as builders, but everyone can do that pretty much. Those guys are just the main people. There's that. Cooks. Ah, yeah, you are a cook, but you're just a novice cook. We got our main one up here. So yes, you can most definitely be a mason, or not a mason, a mechanic. Just trying to go and add some more people to our group. You know what? You can be a mechanic. Performer, you can be a mechanic also. Tavern keeper, I'll leave you be. Miner can be a mechanic also. We should hopefully be able to ramp up getting this stuff all queued up together. And let's check on how our fortress is doing. See, we got a significant amount of meat, fish, seeds, drink, plant. We got all the food we need. We got a lot of animals, and we're trying to chip away and make sure there's not as many, limiting their ability to reproduce by gelding them, because too many animals can cause a little lag on your game. So if we can prevent that, we did have the Naga over here we were working on getting some trades with. So, you know, let's see what they got. I'm hoping we can get some shell steel stuff, because they are the only people that have access to that, and we can smelt that down and create more weapons out of their shell steel stuff, unique weapons out of shell steel. That would be pretty interesting to add to our fortress. And we're getting a whole bunch more instruments also. Let's see, goose, cardinal. I believe we already have a cardinal. Saltwater crocodile. I'll take that. That's pretty cool. We'll have a little crocodile chilling. He is a male, so we won't be able to get eggs, but maybe we can get a female and start breeding them. Coming down, yes, shell steel warhammers. And we'll get that smelted down when we get the chance. Picks, yes, please. Halberd. Let's see what else we can get. I think we've already got plenty of scimitars. Ooh, we have yet to get a trident, so I'll get that. Ooh, we'll definitely take some glaives. Those are some pretty cool weapons. Some shields we'll smelt down. Buckler. Another buckler over here. Some caps. Maybe I scrolled past some. Nope. Just seeing if there's any armor made out of shell steel. Looks like we're pretty good there. We don't need any kind of bags. We got plenty of bags, and we can make plenty more. Arrows. I'm not worried about smelting down arrows. We really don't get as much return on investment. Definitely anvils. Those give us a decent amount of ingots back. We got plenty of food, so I'm not worried about that. And you know what? We'll trade for all your fish. Just because we really don't have a fishing department. So I'm looking to hopefully be able to pick up some fish from trading groups, and we've been doing that pretty consistently. All that fish that we have is from trades that we've been doing. We will get some steel minecarts, although those are quite expensive. You know what? We'll get some scroll rollers, some book bindings, a parchment scroll, acquire, because these are actually written objects, and our dwarves can read those and hopefully get some more knowledge in general. I'm thinking that's pretty good. So after that, we're just going to go through. You can see the stuff that is highlighted purple. That is stuff that our dwarves are saying, hey, you're not allowed trading right now because we don't want you. It's if you trade it, then, well, someone's going to go to jail, basically. And we don't want to anger our nobility, so we'll just trade random stuff to them. We've got a whole bunch of crafts that we can go and give to these guys. And they'll take anything. I believe I've yet to come across anything that angers these guys as far as trading. Unlike the elves, which they're not happy if they get any wooden objects, any animal products, anything like that. They're very nature-loving folk, and well, we pissed them off before, and I guess they have yet to come back, which is unfortunate because they can actually bring with them some pretty cool animals, but that is not happening. So we're just going to continue to scroll through. It looks like we have gotten to the point where they're starting to get a profit. We're just waiting to see this little marker over here turn green, and that lets me know that yes, no matter what I say, I'm going to get the trade, and that's fine with us if trading extra, because or to that point we can try to hassle for a little bit cheaper, but I'm not willing to really care about that considering I got so much money in all these crafts that I could just trade away tons and still have plenty left over. Like, I think I have a box itself that has more money than all of this that's sitting over here. And you can see it's slowly climbing up. Once we get about 50% is when, yep, that turns green. We'll do the trade there. Yes, you are ecstatic with the trade. Good, more happiness for you. We're going to move goods to and from depot. And we're going to unselect all of our bins that we had brought over here. I believe we started at the bottom this time. Yep, there we go. You see we have 11,000 there, 7,000, 4,000, another 1,000 right there. We got plenty of money. And 203, I think that should be good. This will allow our dwarves to bring this back to the stockpiles, but you can see we got another 6, another 5, just plenty of money sitting around here. What was that? 17,000. I think that is our Forgotten Beast silk. Very expensive stuff. So I'm looking to hopefully be able to create stuff from there. And I also can say, hey, we don't need anyone here anymore. Perfect. We're going to come down here. We do have a written object, and we want to bind that. So if we can, bind book is what we want to add here, and we'll just do 10 of those. And once I start seeing the little cancellation thing up here for those, then I will stop that work order. And we're slowly but surely kind of chipping away at the enemy, building up our kingdom. Our kingdom's massive already. I mean, we've got huge amounts of population of animals down here. We've chipped away at quite a bit of these over here. We are going to make sure that all of these dragons are turned into war dragons before the end of our fortress. Let's get some bug bats over here. We have our bug bats that are tamed over in this section, and we want the ones that are trained over in the other far side. So you can see all these pups down here are tame, and you can only tame an animal when it's a baby. So These ones have yet to be trained again, but once they get trained, they automatically become tame. But regardless, these ones that we captured will never ever become tame, unfortunately. And I do love the aspect of the animals in this, and I'm hoping that one day we can actually get to the point where we can domesticate these wild animals. Fortunately, the way that this game is set up, you can only get to an expert level for training for any animal out in the that you can capture. Like these Rutherers are experts. The Voracious cave crawlers are the next tier down, is knowledgeable. Then it's general familiarity, and then there is some facts. I forget the last one, but it's like few facts, I believe, or something like that. Is that bottom tier? But the most you can ever get to is expert. You can never domesticate them, even if you go tons and tons of years. No animal ever become truly domesticated. And I wish if you trained an animal for like a 50 to 100 years, you can domesticate them, but unfortunately, that is not an implementation in this game. And that is just the unfortunate thing. Maybe if you put such a high cap on there that some players will try to eventually domesticate an animal, that'd be really cool. But that is something I've been hoping for with this game for quite a while. We have plenty of statues set up. I believe we have plenty more made too, so we can get some more statues made up or placed in here. Get some, yeah, some porcelain statues set up in here. It also brings up the happiness, or our guests will see them and they'll be happy looking at them. We can put them down here in our main area, but these really dwarves don't hang out as much as I'd like in these areas. And we do have another spot, I believe, right here. That is a sculpture garden, but no dwarves really ever come down here. It'd be really cool if they did. It is a meeting area, but that doesn't happen, unfortunately. Looks like a bunch of shale crafts are knocked out, and we're trying to use up a bunch of shale. We got like 1,500 shale, and let's see if I can do crafts. We're also trying to use bone crafts, horn crafts, any kind of crafts to use up a lot of this stuff. So yeah, we got 100 yak hoofs, so we'll make 100 or 130 yak hoofs, and we'll hopefully make a bunch of crafts out of them. Trying to use up all the resources that we've got lying around. I did want to double check, make sure none of our dwarves are training animals we don't need to anymore. Yes, we're just working on the voracious cave crawlers. You can see that these Rutherers do have some training in them. It's because once we hit that expert level, we decided to stop training them. But all the ones that we're still working on are still ones that we have yet to get to that expert level. We did do the war jabbers already, so we have jabber training all the way up to expert. So there's no point to continue training them because, well, we can't get that any higher. And it looks like our dwarves have gone out to seize that. And I know we had the report. Whoop, this is from our last raid. They went in there, they attacked, slaying 2 of them, confronted the goblin, fought with, escaped, clashed with 1, slaying them, struck down them. Yellow is fine. It's just we didn't win that exactly, but we didn't lose it. This light blue, this turquoise, almost, well, definitely light blue, is ones where we actually defeat an enemy. There are some white ones that it's like, hey, we clashed with a single goblin, slaying them, just no name for them. And then there's some that the white ones where it's like, hey, they use good tactics, but the defenders had strong positional advantage. And then there's just other ones where, hey, we got into a tussle with them, and right here, and his right upper leg was smashed by our dwarf. But I'm looking for these. Sometimes you get that kind of pink color, and that means one of your dwarves has died. But unfortunately, or luckily for us, none of our dwarves have. We have our messenger sent out to go call our dwarves back from that place over there, and it looks like he has already gone out. Ooh, our champion is unhappy. What happened, bud? Let's look at your social or personality needs. Away from people. You're training with people all the time. Distracted after being unoccupied. Focused after doing nothing creative. Well, we can change that. Unexciting life. But yes, you're definitely leading an exciting life. You are one of our. You are the champion. Lack of troublemaking. Well, we don't want you to be making trouble. Um, let's see what your normal skills are. Labor. You really don't have any skills in anything like that, so work detail cannot be assigned work details. What you talking about? Dat 10. Let's check that out. Yeah. I'm not sure why you're not showing up in there. Interesting. Well, we might decide to send out our Ironbacks to go raid a place. We have been keeping them back. They're our main force on the defense. Well, looks like a shale bridge construction has been declined. Let's see. I did have them dig down. I wonder if it's down here. Or it might be. Oh, nope. They got this one. And is linked up to this lever. Good. Maybe this one. Yeah, resume construction. Please work on that. We were working on opening this up so we can have another exit out of here so our doors don't have to walk all the way down and around. And it does cause that extra bit of walking distance. And you can see this kind of cluster right here. If we clean this up, that should hopefully open this up so that we can come out here and not have to walk through everything uh, as badly. Let's see, the walls of steel. Looks like we got a couple of people still walking over there. You're getting provisions, and you're sleeping. And the last guy, yeah, you're going out to be seizing that place. Finally, we want these guys to go out and do that. Our bronze snakes. It looks like there's only a couple of doors there, still kind of wandering over that way. For some reason, these dwarves are not grabbing weapons like they should, but we can remedy that maybe in between episodes, or I say that, but I never end up doing that. It looks like we have a couple of mandates from our nobility, our Duchess and our King, King David. Helms and crowns. Well, crowns should be fairly easy. They'll make crafts. That'll get knocked out, but the helms, we kind of have to manually add those in. So we'll come down here to our furnace area. Yes, please do this immediately. Let's check our anvils. We got plenty of iron anvils. We got all these shell steel ones. That's the ones that we want to smelt down. Under the armor, I want to look at shell steel. And we're going to melt down every single one that we have there. Shell steel bars. 22, that's not too bad. Handwear. Yes, melt down all that. Headwear. These are ones that are attached to the people, so we won't be able to actually smelt those down. So I might have to say, hey, don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. That's fine. I mean, that won't work out. Greaves. We did have some greaves we bought. Headwear. Rings. Interesting. Pond turtle shell. Alright, so all these ones that we did buy, we can smelt down. Tools. Yes, mine. Smelt down the tools. Puzzle boxes. Those are ones we haven't bought. We have all these. We have plenty of shell steel battle axes. And these ones are the ones I'm pretty sure we bought. We'll keep those like that. Well, let's just double check. Yeah, that's one our dwarves has worked on. So I got a little distracted there. Shell steel. Got the anvils, the tools, the weapons is where we're looking at. Short sword, well, we'll smelt down this one because it's not high quality. All the pickaxes, of course. Halberds, we can't make halberds ourselves, so we'll keep those like that. I like the glaives being left like that because we can't make glaives ourselves. maybe one of our dwarves will use it, or I can designate one of our dwarves to make sure that they have that. Let's see. I want to say it's our yes, these guys. I want to see your equipment. Oh, okay, you do have a shield, steel spear. You details. But you're not training right now, so I'm not worried about that. All right. Yeah, we'll pick one of our dwarves and we'll tell them to use a shell steel weapon. Maybe the bulbous picks. Tell one of these guys to use a shell steel weapon, or one of our dwarves in training. Check out these guys. Militia captain, do you have a weapon? Yes, you do have that. Spear dwarf, you do have a steel spear. That's fine. Queen consort, you do have a spear yourself. Perfect. We have the consort, the outpost liaison, and our king all in their own little military group, just so that they can get better at using weapons. You're not assigned to it. Oh, I was trying to click the blacksmith. That is the Reaper, one of our military dwarves, part of the Ironbacks. What are you doing? Dude, you're sleeping right. All right, let's go through our bedrooms. We should have bedrooms for everyone. I don't know why you're sleeping on the ground. Yeah, look at it. Get a bedroom. You get a bedroom. You can have a bedroom. You can have a bedroom. Alright, alright, alright. And then you can have a bedroom. You can see everyone else on the top above their names that has rural bedroom, has quarters. Anyone that doesn't shows up at the top. So, alright, everyone's got a bedroom. Now, like I said, I'm not sure why that person is not sleeping in a bed. I definitely don't want the champion to get angry. We would have to expel him if he started causing problems, or we might add him to one of our groups that we send out, or we just want to try to keep them happy. Honestly, that's our best bet. Bunch of books lying around. Buddies, put these away. Scholars, you're discussing migratory patterns. That's fine. I just want you to start writing some books. We've only got one new book recently. We had a bunch of books come in pretty quickly and then they just stopped. You can see we have a lot of stuff lying around in our fortress between all the levels. We're trying to clean that up, but it's taking quite a significant amount of time. And this kaolinite right here, this is what we use to make porcelain statues, porcelain things. So you actually create clay statues, and that uses up that kaolinite. You can actually harvest clay too manually and put it in bags, but we're looking to get that stuff. Let's see if this comes up. We're looking to get that stuff all knocked out. Mountain goatmen. Oh, looks like we captured a couple mountain goatmen. Interesting. All right, that's the first new people we've had come and invade us in quite a while. Ooh, agitated eagle. Definitely get a trainer on you. Where's these agitated goatmen? Yeah, they're up here right now. That's fine. You're creating more silk. We're gonna be silk. Yeah, we're just taking forever milling down these things, and plus they're not moving these dimple cup dye bags to where they should be. And I wish I could be like, hey, prioritize moving this stuff. But that's not working out, so it's kind of a slow process there. Our dwarves have a lot of different tasks they're working on, and not everyone's hauling stuff like they should be. Which reminds me, let's get to looking at our haulers. Everyone should be selected, but no one is. I'm just going to do it. Everyone does this. So all our dwarves will go out and move, grab stuff and move them around. Alright. Hopefully we can get this other group back so we can send them out again to conquer some more. We're going to probably conquer the plains Meline next. Meline. And then we got some clearing up to do down here. Oh, some shields that the enemies came back with. Alright, you can see right there, it did pop up real quick. There's one that says in custody. It's because our captain of the guard is going out and they are interrogating people. And that's what I want. I want him to come out and I want him to interrogate people because that actually get up some of his skills, his intimidator, his negotiator, judge of intent. That'll bring those up. Maybe the pacifier, maybe persuader, and maybe some of these other ones, but definitely negotiator and intimidator. That's perfect. We want these guys reverting. That way we can get those trainings again. Oh, looks like our dwarves have come back. There's our messenger, and then the rest of the dwarves should follow him. Hotash Maker. Yeah, for some reason, some dwarves come back in the military group, and some dwarves do not. So I'm going to have to make sure I go through and be like, hey, there's our talents of paging. Sign leader. Potash Maker. Miller. And then as more dwarves come back in, you can see this guy's the herbalist. He is part of a group already. Gem cutter. Why are you leaving your armor lying on the ground, bud? We do have some other people that are competent fighters, but we're not trying to get everyone involved. You see, we have a lot of people that are uncompetent fighters. We're just going to make sure we'll check back in on that here in a bit. Became a cook. That's fine. These guys are probably part of our second group over here, the distant boats. Yep, you can see them right there. A lot of these dwarves just it baffles me on why some come back in positions and some come back as just dwarves without any not part of the military group. Hopefully they can get that resolved. I know that the person who makes this game is constantly updating this and creating creating bug fixes and such, but it is such a big and complex game that there is quite a bit to go through for them. So we'll just make sure we keep an eye on who we're re-adding to our groups. I know these kind of handful of people I've yet are not part of our main military group. Good, we got war dragons following people around. That's what I like to see. And hopefully once we get everyone back here, we'll send them out once again to go capture another spot. But yeah, they're slowly trickling in. It'll take some time before I get everyone in here. And hopefully they can get some of this stuff moved out. And let's check out some of these other things. One thing I do want to do is come over here to our zone right here. And yeah, we'll get some more instruments over here. We can get some more performers if we want. Hey, you're a high master musician. You know what? We'll get you doing that. Performer. I can get the queen consort to be a master musician. You know what? You can do that. Great speaker. Great speaker. Great speaker. I think that should be fairly good. Those added groups to entertain our groups of these people here, the barons and baronesses that come visit the capital. It looks like I do need to set up a couple, or at least a chest in here so we can store some of our instruments in here. Get that granite coffer in there. That's fine, that's fine. It's fine, and we just continue to double check here. I like to fill up this group first, and then I'll fill up everyone else. Huh. Wonder where everyone else went in here. Boy has hatched. What? Did we get a cave dragon baby? Boy has hatched. What? What do you mean a boy has hatched? Hmm. I'm guessing one of the cave dragons had a boy, but it should be popping up at the very bottom down here. Because this is all our new animals, but it doesn't look like they're there. And yeah, that's very interesting. Not sure how that worked out. A boy has hatched. Huh. All right. Well. All right. We were also. I know we got plenty of tons of different things we're working on. You see over here, we're trying to force these pond grabbers out of here. We got these floodgates open up right here so we can get this water flowing through here and pouring out this backside. It looks like it's very much filled up this backside right here. I'm glad we moved that dog. Hasn't quite filled up to the point where he is. Maybe this forgotten beast will start moving here soon once the water actually gets over to him. Stray kitten has adopted someone. That's fine with me. I'll get rid of that boy has hatched notification. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. And we're going to come over look at our justice case over here. So the human axeman, this guy has stolen the romantic shells. This was one of our early, artifacts that we created. But yes, you are chained up. We'll get you food. We probably do need to build you a table and bed. We need a table. Let's see if we have a chair for you to sit on. Ah, yes, we do. We'll give you a granite chair. BFB, we'll give you a bed to sleep in. And then we'll create a table for you. We do have prisoners, and yes, you're unhappy. Well, dude, you stole from us, okay? You shouldn't have, you shouldn't have stolen from us. Alright. That's very unfortunate that he did steal that. He got to, like, the edge of the map, and he just kind of handed it off to someone or whatnot. Then he started walking back into the fortress like, oh, yeah, I got away with it. No, he didn't, but you did not get away with that. And we'll give you a shale table. Keep using up that stuff. We got plenty of leather that we're trying to chip away at too, especially considering we are slaughtering a lot of animals. Trying to keep this. You can see we have so many through here, and we're trying to knock out as many as we can that are not really useful for us anymore. You can see a lot of these are slated for slaughter. We just need to work on getting that stuff done. Bug bats. We have all these tamed ones. So any of the adult ones that are tamed, we're butchering up. We have some available for pets that we're keeping like that, but no one's claiming any of those. Are we still getting some doors in on this side? Looks like no one else has made it back. Okay. Well, we do need to get the distant boats. We do need a new leader for you. And I'm thinking Meng, whatever your name is, you're going to now be the leader of this. I do need allocate someone to be the leader temporarily first, and then I can get rid of you. Then I can reassign you. Yeah, Meng. There we go. Twins have hatched. Are these more cave dragons? I'm assuming they are. Yeah. All right. Not sure where the twins are. 0 years old. Okay. They're just automatically fully grown. We'll get them added to our slew of animals that we're going to tame. Or not tame, but make into war dragons. If there's any males, it looks like these guys are males, and we'll say, hey, we're going to make you guys into war. Oh, those ones are there. Right here. That one is now a baby, but you are now going to become a war cave dragon. We'll change the females over to war cave dragons, like I said, before the end of our fortress, and we're going to get that all queued away so that we can, let's come down here, so that we can get everyone dwarf, a lot of the dwarves different dragons, and then maybe we can get lucky and have them in one of our future fortresses, and they'll bring their war cave dragon, and that'll be pretty cool addition to our fortress. And I have discussed on previous episodes what my plan is for the next episode. Okay, we captured that woman again. That's good. More enemies being captured. Let's see if I can find these people again. Okay, they're all captured. Maybe we get some new giant weasel. Ooh, that'd be a pretty cool one to capture. We got the eagles. Maybe we can get some extra training in for those. I think we did tame up that eagle and got it trained at least. So we can take it out and put it into one of the pens. And this will allow continuous training instead of um, with animals in cages. It does a single taming or training, and then it won't train them again until they are actually wild again. So that's pretty interesting, I would say. Um, we are working on clearing out more of this cavern level, trying to get some more coal, and we're going to designate this stuff to be auto mined. Select this thing over here, and you can click auto. And if you go over any kind of gem, coal, any kind of ore, then it'll automatically start harvesting that all the way through. It'll also do it for this kaolinite, but we really don't need that. So I don't want to select the kaolinite. I might eventually do that, but we have so many in our fortress right now that we're not trying to overdo that. We will do it for all these other gems that we've got around here, like the limonites, the hematite. I only need to select one, because if I select more than one, then it'll just continue to go larger and larger. All right. Ooh, giant weasel in our fortress. Un momento, por favor.